5, we're here for you.
Hello and welcome to News 4 San Antonio at 5. I'm Darian Trotter. Bexar County among 85 counties added to the state's disaster declaration, bringing the total number to 219. Comal, Kendall, Kerr, and Uvalde also added to the list. Temperatures dropping well below freezing. Icy roads and power outages plaguing people across our 4 zones, and it's not over yet. A weather alert in effect through Tuesday, and the Arctic air could break a more than century-old record. Let's bring in Chief Meteorologist Chris Suchan. He's been hard at work tracking the storm's impact. Chris.
Well, so Darian, we're essentially done tracking the wintry weather, right, that we were late yesterday through the overnight hours. So now what we're looking at is our road conditions. How are we doing? Well, let's start up here in Kerrville. You can see we still have some residual pockets of a little slushy melting that's occurring on the roadways. A lot of the roads up here are wet. As soon as that sun goes down, those are all ice skating rinks up there. All those roadways that still are wet. All right, that'll all refreeze quickly. In Gonzales, pretty dry with the roads. There might be a few spots where there's still it's a little bit damp. That'll be ice. Here in the San Antonio, my drive in, what I did notice was that the bridges, which had a lot of ice this morning, they've been melting, but they're going to be really primed for some refreezing. So be very careful on the bridges and overpasses in around San Antonio tonight. Otherwise, in general, the roads have really dried out. And there in Uvalde, it's really the same deal. If you see something that looks wet, treat it as if it's ice tonight. We've had some breaks in the clouds, but not enough to get us above freezing today. So we've been holding right around or just below freezing. Out to the west in the Rio Grande, we have more sunshine, 35 to 40 degrees. And here you can see in around Bexar County, now at Lackland did get to 36, and then we have 20s up to the north. So the cooling is already underway. So again, be very careful tonight with travel plans here. Don't let those ice patches catch you off guard. If you're coming up on a bridge and it looks wet to you, that's going to be ice. That's going first thing in the morning on your Monday. Slick spots all across the hill country, goes without saying because you had a little bit more accumulation. Dangerously cold Monday morning, 0 to 12 degrees with the breeze, and we have the extreme cold warning in effect through the morning to midday. Now, travel again through this evening. The caution flag is going to be out. Widespread slick travel up through the hill country through the night. Early in the morning, all 4 zones are going to put caution out here because of those icy spots. Otherwise, roads will be generally dry and then really in pretty good shape as we work our way through the day, with temperatures still cold, but with a lot of sunshine in the upper 30s to near 40 degrees. There you see the extreme cold warning that is in effect. Kind of give an idea how your morning starts. Here you can see it, 2 degrees to 5, 6, 8 degrees in San Antonio. That is a Monday morning, and then we got another real cold start. By the way, we will, in fact, break the record cold temperature from 1897 tomorrow morning, and we may have another Arctic blast on the way. We'll talk more about that coming up, Darian.
All right, thanks a lot, Chris. Conditions in the hill country are starting to improve after overnight sleet-coated roadways there. While some streets still have patches of ice, officials in Kerrville say no roads are closed. News 4 meteorologist Joe DiCarlo continues our team coverage tonight. He joins us live from Kerrville with the latest.
Conditions have slowly been improving through the day here in Kerrville as we've gotten some sun out fighting through those clouds, which has helped to melt some of the sleet that accumulated on the roadways overnight.
Residents in the hill country woke up to a coating of ice on area roadways and across the landscape. Because most of the precip in Kerrville was sleet, not as much ice accumulated on trees and power lines, and power remained on for a vast majority of Kerr County. The main issues were road conditions through the morning. We spoke with Tim Favorite, who was looking to make it home to Austin.
I can either find a hotel to stay in or try and drive back and just hope for the best.
Although he had travel issues, he was enjoying the winter weather.
I kind of like the cold because it's always hot here, so it's kind of nice to get a break from the constant Texas sun, but at the same time I wish I was home and not 120 miles away.
Carl Larson is in town for a work trip from North Carolina. His plans?
Back to the hotel room, gonna chill there. I've got my dinner already sorted out there, so I'm all set. I'm just gonna hunker down and chill out till it melts a little and we can get back to work.
The Arctic chill will be the concern moving forward as temperatures are expected to dip into the teens Monday morning in Kerrville. Reporting from the hill country, I'm meteorologist Joe DiCarlo, News 4 San Antonio.
Power outages a problem for many during this winter blast across San Antonio and neighboring counties. News 4 San Antonio's Phil Sterling joins us live from Bernie with an update.
Yeah, Darian, in Boerne here north of San Antonio, just up the I-10. It's still covered in ice. Take a look at some of those icicles on this interesting roof behind me. There's also ice just all over the grass. It's looking like potato chips around here. But while it's interesting, I mean, it did have an effect on our power today. CPS Energy says most of the outages were caused by ice-covered tree limbs falling on power lines. More than 27,000 households were affected, including William Vandenberg in North Bexar County. He says his family's power went out at 11 last night.
Put a blanket over our dog's cage, and we have an aquarium, so I put a little blanket over that.
Vandenberg says they reserved a hotel room in case the temperatures dropped too low, but they didn't have to go to their Their power was restored just about 3 hours ago. As of half an hour ago, 201 customers were still without power. Now, we also spoke to another man who drove here from Bandera with his daughter just to make sure she could make it to work and didn't slip on any ice on the roadways. Phil Sterling reporting from Boerne, News 4 San Antonio.
All right, thanks a lot, Phil. Icy conditions and safety concerns have more school districts announcing closures. The latest districts announcing closures for Monday are Comal ISD, Navarro ISD, Schertz-Cibolo Universal City, Seguin ISD, that among several others. UTSA also announcing they have campus closed on Monday. We are posting all of the school closures we're getting on our website. Be sure to go to news4sanantonio.com and your local district's website to see plans for Monday, because a few districts have elected to go with delays and others closing for longer. Road conditions across the city right now. While some main roads are clear, bridges and overpasses may still have dangerous patches of ice. News 4 San Antonio's Emma Allen joins us live from the Deco District with a look at the conditions there. She is not live.
I'm Emma Allen here in San Antonio. We want to give you a good look at these road conditions. Right now we're on Fredericksburg Road in the Deco District of San Antonio, and you can see roads are clear right here. But that's not the case when it comes to parking lots and other areas of the city. We know that bridges and overpasses are going to be seeing some of that ice that's stuck on that roads because it's still so cold outside that it's not able to melt even with the sun out. Something else we want to point out is cars are traveling at normal speeds in this area because ice is not impacting the roads quite over here. You can see a Via bus getting ready to pick some people up to take them wherever they need to go. We do know that Via buses are offering free rides to people in this area, and those people that you see, they're bundled up. That's not normal for South Texas here to see people bundled up at the bus stop, but today they are, because these temperatures, they're no joke. I'm Emma Allen reporting.
All right, thanks a lot, Emma. Sad news out of Austin tonight. City officials there saying at least one person has been killed due to a storm. Mayor Kirk Watson says the deaths related to exposure. He's asking anyone who feels they're in need of shelter to contact the city's 311 service.
And we will work to make help available to you. We'll pick you up. We'll drive you to the shelter. We'll feed you while you're there.
San Antonio has similar services in place, with Via offering to pick people up and drive them to shelters and resiliency centers. Watson says cold weather shelters in the city have been expanded through Tuesday. He says citywide more than 650 people were in shelters last night, and they're adding capacity to make sure every need is met. Crews in Austin are also treating icy roads. Luckily, the sun helped from earlier. News 4 San Antonio's Andrew Lemparski joins us live from downtown Austin with a look at conditions up north. Andrew.
Yeah, we are feeling grateful for that afternoon sun here in Austin. We're looking over I-35 through downtown. We'll give you a look at what drivers are seeing out here right now. This is not the sheet of ice you may have seen overnight or this morning. If you were driving through the city or you saw photos, drivers right now are moving pretty normally. Now, there are still some slick spots, and as we get to this evening, we have to worry about refreezing. The problem spots right now, as roads are pretty decent through downtown, are those bridges, those overpasses. That's where we're seeing a lot of ice and sleet remaining, and that's where drivers right now are still losing traction. But ultimately here on the interstate through central Texas, things are looking okay. Just have to be careful as we head into those colder overnight hours. For now, reporting live in downtown Austin, Andrew Lamparski, News 4 San Antonio.
All right, thanks a lot, Andrew. Stay safe out there. San Antonio missed out on the snow, but around 2 inches fell in Dallas. This is aerial footage showing the nightmare many people are facing in that area on the roadways. Meanwhile, hundreds of flights have already been canceled at Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport. If you're planning to go to the Spurs game, tip-off is expected to be on time. Several other NBA games around the country were forced to reschedule because of the storm's impact. The Charlotte Hornets moved their game Saturday to an earlier start time due to weather. Tonight's Spurs game will tip off at 6 p.m. against the Pelicans. Millions of people under winter storm warnings across the country, all from this bitter blast. Thousands of people are without power and travel has been crippled. Michael Yoshida joins us now with the latest on this historic weather event.
A monster winter storm stretching from Texas up to Maine is causing treacherous travel conditions. More than 200 million people are under winter storm alerts, and multiple states have declared a state of emergency. In some areas like Washington, D.C., it's a dangerous mix of both snow and sleet.
It's switched over to sleet, which is going to compact the snow, make it a little bit denser, which is harder to push.
Some areas of the Northeast could see up to 2 feet of snow by Monday. New York City is expected to get over a foot.
It is brutal, it is bone-chilling, and it is dangerous.
The brutal conditions have caused stretches of interstates across the country to close. The governor of Oklahoma says some areas of his state have been slammed with 11 inches of snow so far.
We got more in a 24-hour period than we've ever had in the last, I think, like 40 years.
In other parts of the country, it's the ice and bitter cold causing serious concern. A water main break near a highway outside Charlotte, North Carolina, encasing power lines and street and ice. And in Tennessee, this woman taking a photo of her driveway and street glazed over.
Completely frozen.
The other big concern is the frigid temperatures, making it harder for crews to treat the roads.
When you get down that cold, the steel in the shocks and stuff like that, it gets brittle and you can damage the vehicles.
In Washington, I'm Michael Yoshida reporting.
We are getting a look at the storm's impact in San Antonio from the eyes of our viewers. Kathy sent us this video. It's something many people woke up to or tried to prevent last night. Her car's windshield was caked with a layer of ice after freezing temperatures and rain overnight. Saturday night. That's why it's important to carry an ice scraper, even if you think you don't need one. And even we here at News 4 felt the impacts. This is from our producer, Kurt, trying to leave the building last night around 11 o'clock. His car was parked here all day. When he opened the doors, you can see the rubber seal there breaking off. He was finally able to get the ice off and drive home safely. Again, you can submit your photos and videos online at news4sanantonio.com. You can also scan the QR code you see right there, which will take you straight to the submission site. What you share could end up on our newscast, helping others see the impact of the winter storm everyone's experiencing. Keep it right here on News 4. Our team of meteorologists are continuing to track weather conditions, bringing you the latest on the bitter blast. We'll be right here on News 4 and on news4sanantonio.com, along with our YouTube and Facebook pages.